Hi there, it's the start of a new week, but that doesn't mean that we change our habits. Neither will we let you change your routine, because we here at Sports Day always fill you up with what's happening in the world of sport. And like we always do, like we always start our day, we're going to tell you what's happening in and around the world of sport with our morning news wrap. So without further ado, let's quickly tell you what are the big stories happening in and around the world of sport. First things first, after that thrashing that India got in the second ODI between India and Australia, Surya Yadav seems to be one player that everyone is now talking about, because we saw similar dismissals of Surya Yadav in the first ODI and the second ODI, two back-to-back golden ducks for him. And now there are questions being asked about Surya Yadav's place in the side. One thing we all know is that he's there obviously because Shreyas Iyer isn't in the scheme of things presently because of his back injury. And a lot of questions now being asked about Surya Yadav, which Rohit Sharma did take in in the post-match press conference. He was asked about Surya Yadav, and he's very clearly said that the team management will be backing Surya Yadav, and there aren't any two thoughts about it. He also reiterated something that he said in the past. He said that, like I've always said, that players with potential will get the backing from the team management, and Surya Yadav is somebody who has bucket loads of potential, is what he said, and that's why the team management will persist with him. No questions asked, he will get the backing from the team management, because he's one of those players that the team has complete faith in. So that is what Rohit Sharma, the Indian skipper, had to say about Surya Yadav, who has of late been struggling in the ODI format. We know about his exploits in the T20 format, but with ODI things have just not been as bright for him as they have been in the shortest format of the game. Moving ahead, a series win there for New Zealand as far as their series against the two-match series, I should say, which is in the World Test Championship, remember, against Sri Lanka, and they managed to seal that. Big victory for New Zealand, I would say, because they won by a huge margin of an innings and 58 runs. Sri Lanka not quite able to give the kind of fight that we saw them give in the first test match. And all the New Zealand bowlers, the two Bracewells, Henry as well, Tickner, all of those guys, you know, among the wickets, 5 bowlers being used by New Zealand, all 5 of them had good returns as far as their bowling performance is concerned, and as a result, a complete performance. New Zealand, after those 2 double centuries that we saw from New Zealand, they didn't have to come back and bat again, and by a huge margin of an innings and 58 runs is what New Zealand managed to win the second test match, which was happening at the Basin Reserve, and as a result the series has now concluded 2-0. Some update now as far as the IPL is concerned. Sisanda Magala will now be joining the CSK. He's joined the CSK franchise at a price of 50 lakh rupees. He comes in as a replacement for Kyle Jamieson, who, remember, was bought by the CSK franchise at the auction for a price of 1 crore rupee, but owing to injury he's now been ruled out, and Magala has now joined them as a replacement for Kyle Jamieson. Moving forward now, and this is a story that is big as far as the Women's Premier League and women's cricket is concerned. Deandra Dottin has finally broken silence about the mysterious circumstances under which just before the start of the Women's Premier League, she wasn't included in the Gujarat squad. And what she said is that, by the way, just to give you context, Gujarat had earlier said that based on medical grounds, she has not been included in the side, but Dottin has now finally broken silence, and she said that the explanation that's been offered by the Gujarat Giants is indeed bewildering. That's the word that she's used, and she said that even though she had all the necessary clearances, the medical clearances, there's been some misunderstanding, and she's rather bewildered by the explanation being offered. She said that she did undergo some abdominal pain, but that was back in December, and she's gone through multiple specialists, multiple clearances she's gotten. She got it treated as well. She had the required clearances as far as medical clearances go, but the explanation that's been offered by the Gujarat Giants is bewildering to her, is what she has said. So two contrasting explanations being given by the two parties involved over here. We'll have to wait and watch how the story pans out, but for now, the first words coming from Deandra Dottin, or an official statement being released ever since the Women's Premier League began, and question marks were being raised about the mysterious circumstances under which she was not included in the Gujarat squad. Talking about football now, Barca managed to seal the El Clasico, and what's now happened is that in dramatic manner, in fact, they ended up winning the El Clasico. It was Real Madrid who in fact had taken the lead thanks to an Araujo own goal, but Barcelona staged a comeback and they managed to win the El Clasico. 2-1 is how the match ended. Talking about more football, as far as the FA Cup goes, Manchester United staged a comeback against Fulham, who did go ahead at Old Trafford, but then it was Bruno Fernandes and Sabitzer who scored for Manchester United, and as a result, as far as the FA Cup goes, Manchester United have now progressed to the next round of the FA Cup. So things looking good for Manchester United. They've already won the Carabao Cup. They continue to be in contention for the Europa League as well as the FA Cup as well. To be fair, as far as the Premier League goes, it's a two-horse race now, as we all know, and it is Arsenal and Manchester City who are locked in a tight race as far as the Premier League goes. But Manchester United fans will be happy to see the comeback. By the way, a match in which there were two red cards. Also, it was Willian who was first sent off around the 72nd minute mark, and later on it was Mitrovic as well, who by the way pushed the referee. So for that he was also given a red card. And then let's now quickly talk about Arsenal. They've now gone 8 points clear, but let's also tell you, with that win against Fulham, a 4-1 win, Bukayo Saka scored twice, and it was a very good performance from Arsenal. But having said that, they do have an extra game. They played an extra game, so Manchester City are a game short at the moment, but the lead has now been extended to 8 points. Remember, Manchester City and Arsenal will be playing each other in a few weeks' time, and that by all means could be the title decider. You never know, because it's looking very tight at the moment between these two clubs. We hope you liked our morning wrap, and all through the day do stay with us, because we're going to be keeping you updated with everything happening in and around the world of sport. Thank you so much for joining us right now.